You're alive.
Live from New York, it's Saturday Night Live. Now, I was reading the internet stories about the global warming and the greenhouse effect, and I've seen pictures on YouTube, and I've seen pictures on the YouTube, and they were talking about the weather is changing. And then I seen the picture of the 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 Antarctic where the ice caps on top of the land and it's melting and it started breaking away. One thing is if you had to look at the global warming, there's always a problem is us humans. We humans had damaged the planet. No one else, just us. We making the planet super hot. We humans are the numbskulls of this planet. And I got my stupid glasses. And I got itchy ear because when your ear itch. And the people who are so numbskulls, they don't get into their head about the planet is changing so much. Well, there is no ice in the North Pole is disappearing. The glaciers are disappearing fast, and the people have a marked funeral for the missing glaciers. Then there is also glacier. There is ice melting in the Matterhorn and more places like, as I remembered it, is the Matterhorn ice is melting away, and so is the Mount Everest mountains ice are melting away too. But that's life. Everything is changing. Sooner or later, there won't be East Coast of the United States and the West Coast of the United States, and then there will be no state in the middle where the river is floating. Everything is going to disappear in the United States, Canada, Mexico. Even the islands are going to be disappearing too, all over the world. You gotta take a look, people. What we did to this planet is our fault. How we damage the planet? Well, we dig for coal, we dig for oil, we dig for coal, we use coal for making our planet to heat up and stay warm. You gotta look at history. We also use coal to burn things to make steel. In the revolutionary called the I'm trying to think of what did they call it back then. Manufacturing revolution, I think it is, or manufacturing something like that. I can't think of it, but I do watch the History Channel, and it's very good stories. And also, as we also know about other stories that what's happening to our planet, and you gotta look at history. The History Channel will talk about the little ice age. From the little ice age, and people were talking about beer and wine and musical instruments and a lot of stuff of history. The worst thing in history is about the potato fatum, how the weather caused a French Revolutionary War. And you gotta look at history, people. History is more important. If you don't look up history, you just being a dimwit and just don't understand about what's going on. I just pay attention. And I mean, we're not going to be on planet Earth forever. I mean, of course, mankind will be gone. The Earth will be still here. Our buildings will collapse. There will be water taking everything in the future. Water will take every single thing in the land, and everything will changes. I mean, come on, take a look at history. World history means change. I mean, have you ever heard um, the year without the summer? Somewhere in, I think it was 1812, I think it is. 1812, 1814. It was called the year without summer. It was some volcano blew up in somewhere in the Asian Pacific Ocean somewhere. I don't know what's the name of us. I remember I remember the History Channel watching that, and it was a tragedy. People lost their lives, but it changed the climate. I mean, come on, volcanoes are going to keep on blowing their top, and you can't stop nature. I see in the picture they're showing the hurricane is going towards Europe. I was thinking, what else is bad is going to happen next? Hurricanes towards Europe, or more volcanoes going to blow up the top? I mean, come on. This planet got over a million volcanoes. We don't know if the volcanoes are alive or the volcanoes are dead. There's volcanoes in the ocean. There's volcanoes on the land. And mostly is you don't know anything about what's going to happen next. People just stop worrying about it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But that's all I can say. Nature is in charge. We humans got to pay the consequences of our stupidity and our stupidness and our childishness. That we humans are the dumbest animals on the planet. We don't think in our head. I mean, people join cults, they're crazy. People don't think. People don't think about anything. They don't think about cults. They don't think about terrorism. I mean, come on. Hate crimes are just a bunch of evil cult people. Hate crimes are cults. 100% cults. And I mean, if you look around, it's like you've seen stupidity in the world. They're cults. I mean, hate is cults. Hate crimes are cults. Religious crackpots are cults. I mean, we live in a world full of a bunch of nuts. Gotta look around, people. You got to look around. You mind me? I like to paint. I like to draw. When I go to ARC, known as ARC of 1500 Howard Street, I go ARC of 1500 Street. I do paint. I do doing some drawings or painting on paper. I do that a lot of times. I do a lot of painting at home. I do that. I just do what I like to do. And someone asked me, what do you miss the most? I say, my job. I miss my job, but I can't go back to my job anymore. And I can't not have like a sitting down job or standing up job because I have deep vein syndrome. And maybe to tell you is, anybody who think about deep vein syndrome is a joke or a fake or a hoax, it's real. There's a lot of denialers in this world. Don't understand about the global planet is changing. I mean, come on, everything changes. And people are just plain stupid. Everybody's stupid. We are a bunch of stupid people in this planet. And I really care less about President Squirrel, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Trump is a squirrel. Nutty as a squirrel. Live in the White House as a squirrel. Always wasting our money playing golf. Using up the military money to put on this stupid fence. That's dumb. Trying to build something like trying to thinking he can do something and he's thinking he's doing it right. Mostly he's doing things wrong. He's not thinking, I mean, this guy shouldn't be president of the United States. He's a nut. I think he's just the one who escaped from the funny farm because he is mentally disturbed. Bunch of crackpots. Only has the symbol of greed. And the greed is really the bad thing. It's destroying our nation. And stupidity is also the dumb thing and is destroying our nation. Stupidity is the dumbest thing around the world. Everybody is destroying themselves. We're all destroying ourselves. We're eating too much. We're getting fat. Whose fault? Ourselves. We're drinking too much. Who did that? Ourselves. Everything we do to ourselves is our fault. I don't blame on him or her. You got to look at the mirror and say, it's your fault. It's always your fault. Your own fault. My own fault and your own fault. We're just idiots. Just idiots. Nobody, everyone is just a crook. Everyone is just a compulsive liar. And I mean, and we're all creeps and jerks. I mean, if you want to say who's to blame, gotta blame yourself. That's what I really believe in. Blaming yourself. No one else. People don't blame themselves anymore. They should. We gotta take our responsibility. And when we do things, you gotta do things correctly or incorrectly, it will fall apart. Stupidity is the eye of the holder, who are the people who doing the stupid act is ourselves. You do stupid act, you do stupidity, I do stupidity. We all do stupidity. No one else should get the blame. It's ourselves. The whole world is stupid, run by stupid people, act like stupid people, think like stupid people. We have a lack of common sense. A lack of common sense is a lack of common sense. People do stupid things. You drive too fast, you die in a car wreck. Whose fault? Your own self. People drink too much, it's their fault. Behind the wheel, it's your fault. You shouldn't be drinking and driving at the same time. Stop making a complaint and say, oh, it's so good. Oh, yeah, it's like, excuse me, why your breath smells like alcohol? I mean, come on. We are human. We're always guilty. Humankind is guilty time. And we are idiots of this planet. Everybody's guilty in where I live. There's a lot of crazy people out in my neighborhood. And they don't understand that people who want to sleep. And all they do is go to the bar and party and make loud noise and getting drunk and disturbing us who want to sleep. And, people are guilty to themselves. Well, I just don't want to talk too much. And I just want to tell you is global warming is real. It's not a hoax. It's not a fairy tale. Everything in the world, what we're doing to this planet is bad. We're making the ice caps melting all over the world. We're making things of water rising everywhere. And there will be a lot of countries will disappear in the future. And if you want to blame somebody, blame yourself. No one else. Mankind is the dumbest animal on the face of the earth. It's everybody's fault. It's everybody's fault. And don't say it's his fault or her fault. No, it's everyone's. That's all I can say. Have a good day. Bye.